Okay, so one example how notes can be very informative. I said I would make a short video on how notes cannot necessarily lead you wrongly. Notes and commentaries can also oftentimes lead you rightly. They can teach you things you never knew before. So this is just one case. This is about Justin Martyr. He's talking about the virgin birth. So what he says here, I guess this is out of, let me see, where's it out of? Okay, this is Dialogue with Trypho, chapter 76. I'm not sure exactly where in 76, but and when Isaiah says, who shall declare his generation? He meant that his descent could not be declared. Now, no one who is a man of men has a descent that cannot be declared. And when Moses says that he will wash his garments in the blood of the grape, does not this signify what I have now often told you is an obscure prediction, namely that he had blood, but not from men, just as not man, but God has begotten the blood of the vine. So Justin, not knowing Hebrew and only able to read the Greek Septuagint, does not know what Isaiah is saying. The generation Isaiah is speaking of has nothing to do with descent. In the Hebrew, there are two words for generation. The one Isaiah is using here is Strong's HI755 or H1755, DOWR, those living during a period. We find a good example of this in Genesis 6:9. We find both words being used. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. So the first generation is Strong's H8435, which is Towledah, Towledah, and this is the one that has to do with one's genealogy. And the other generation, the one Isaiah uses in 53:8, is Strong's H1755, DOWR, those living during a period. So I never knew that. And what I read in my in the New Jerusalem Bible, in the note in the New Jerusalem Bible, it says, well, let me read what they say first. Instead of having who shall declare his generation, they have which of his contemporaries was concerned. Which of his contemporaries were concerned? So they say contemporaries. The Hebrew word means generation in the sense of lifespan, and by extension, those who are alive during this period. It never means birth or origin. And the meaning suggested by Greek and Latin, who can declare his generation, and applied by the church fathers to the eternal generation of the Word or to Jesus' miraculous conception, is not an accurate translation of the Hebrew. Emendation of the text has been proposed, but the present text is supported by all witnesses. So I go on, I have here, Justin says in chapter 43, Isaiah then asserted in regard to the generation of Christ that it could not be declared by man. In words already quoted, who shall declare his generation? For his life is taken from the earth. For the transgressions of my people was he led to death. Isaiah 53:8. The spirit of prophecy thus affirmed that the generation of him who was to die, that was sinful men, might be healed by his stripes, was such as could not be declared. But it was not the spirit of prophecy. It was Justin, someone who was not sent to teach, teaching from his own understanding, or should I say misunderstanding. So here we go. A note in the Jerusalem Bible that is very informative, and that probably many of us wouldn't know if we didn't see a note informing us of this.